What's up, everybody? Team Hedgehog here, and we are going to be talking about what we're going to be doing coming up in the 2019 year. Lots of fun stuff already happening. So first off, we do want to give a couple of shout outs. First off is because we talked to him whenever we bought this lovely couch that we could all fit on and interview on. We need to send you guys over to Timothy Thayer over at Mathis Brother Outlet over there. It's all for Reno and Portland if you're in Oklahoma City, so head on over there, talk to him. He'll get you a good deal on your furniture if you're looking for that. We're not sponsored by him, but hey, we want to give him a shout out because he's cool to us and helped us out, and it was a pretty awesome day that day. He also watches the channel, so we're saying hello there for you, Tim. So at any rate, we want to talk to you guys, like I said, about the 2019 year coming up. I know it's February and it's a little late, but you know, motorcycle riding in Oklahoma doesn't start until the winds stop being 90 miles an hour on no particular reason days. So we've been out there and we've actually went to the Progressive show down in Dallas and stuff earlier in January. We looked at some of the bikes that are upcoming, and I think we can all agree that the bike we're all excited for is the 2019 Indian Scout, the FTR variant, the 1200. That's a bike that they are coming out here pretty soon. I know that the dealership we like to go to is supposedly getting them hopefully in March or so, but their order books are clean up through basically summer already, so these bikes are in hot demand and they haven't even got out yet to the dealers. But you know, everybody's set on them. What'd you guys think of it?
Personally, whenever I got on the bike, it just felt right. Of course, it was on a stand, so it was a little bit taller, but I think once it's actually down on its wheels and on the base of the ground, it's going to be just a perfect fit. It's definitely more modernized with a digital screen that if you have seen any pictures or anything, that it like has a touchscreen base, so you can like put in like different modes, and it looks really great. I honestly can't wait to see this come out.
Right, and that's the S model. The standard model has just a regular analog type clock. I know you guys our gals sat on it too, so.
Well, it was comfortable. I mean, yeah, for, you know, someone 5'2", it was a little tall, but could probably manage it.
Yeah, I agree. First of all, the view, I mean, just seeing it in person was absolutely stunning. I was like blown away by it. The fact that Indian is coming out with a sport model, just kind of like, well, kind of, to me it looks like a sport. I don't know that it's really a sport, but it's just the fact that it doesn't look like a standard cruiser. I mean, I like the fact that Indians seem to kind of take the ball and roll with it. So it was nice seeing something different come out. So I really like that aspect. And then sitting on the bike, it was comfortable. That's something that, I mean, it was already on its stand. So of course, you know, it was a little taller. We couldn't really, you know, feel how we, you know, would lift it and everything. But it was an awesome experience in person.
Yeah, and I agree too, because when I sat on it, definitely was comfortable. I'm the tallest one of us all and the heaviest one, and it still fit me. And they had every variant that was there too. So the 3 Adventure Pack, the Sport Pack and all that, they had those already pre-set up so you could sit on them. Love the way they look, love the way they're outfitted, and it's a really cool looking bike. And like I said, hopefully we get to ride this bike here pretty soon. I want to do a whole video of the Scout family from 60 to FTR 1200. She actually has an Indian Scout. That's her primary bike, is the big full-size Scout, not the 60. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing, is like get those all together, compare them, talk about it, since we all should be able to ride it, all of us be able to do that. And we're kind of hopefully working with Indian to see if we can get one. So if you guys are listening, you know, please help us out. Please. We'd love to have an FTR. We don't want to steal it from you forever. We just want it for a nice long term, maybe a week, for like commuting to work and doing the comparisons and doing everything that we can while we have it. We definitely would love to take it out for you guys and do the long-term review. I know that our contact at the dealership, Scott, has reached out, and hopefully we're getting that going. That's something we definitely want to do. And we're excited about it, to be able to ride it and be able to to tell you guys about it. And hopefully, like I said, from an everyday perspective, not just the 20-minute ride perspective, the actual commuting and living with it, to get fuel mileage, actual feel, how long you can ride on it before you feel like you're tired and all that. That's what everybody truly wants. They don't necessarily want those small videos, which unfortunately, indicative of what we do, that's what we usually end up doing unless we get lucky somehow. So that's the biggest one we're looking forward to for 2019 for sure. Another one, Genuine is making their first motorcycle, and I've reached out to them and I'm working with them. Hopefully I'll hear back from them here pretty quick about their G400 that's coming out that we'll be able to take around too. It's a smaller 400cc twin. We'll put some pictures of it out there. Working with them, hopefully we'll get that going. So stay tuned on that. We've got that going. We also have a special project we'll do in a reveal video that's pretty awesome. Some of you, if you see my Facebook, I was in rain gear and stuff, but that ride was worth it because of what we as a team went out and did that day and why it came into play. So other things we want to talk about is the gals. A lot of these channels, it's just guys' perspective. It's all about the tall people and all about the heavy people, and we can lift the bikes and stuff like that, but we need to let these two talk and tell you guys what they want to do for you guys in 2019 as well. So if you want to take it away for a moment.
So yeah, just kind of like, like I said, girls' perspective, or just a shorter person, someone say under 5'5", what kind of bikes are out there for them that they don't have to spend a bunch of money to get modified just to be able to throw a leg over and go,
Right.
Because there's not a lot of options unless you get something that's really heavy and you have to try to play balance game to get it going.
Yeah, that's absolute truth. It's being a female that is, definitely like no more than 5'3" and about 100 pounds. There's not a lot of options for us out there, especially in some of the bigger dealers. So, but then, I have like an Indian Scout, and honestly, the way it's beautifully balanced. That's why I love that bike, is that even though it's about 560 pounds, I can still lift it because it's low weighted, and it's also very low to the ground. So someone that is smaller can pick that up and just go. So that is something we definitely want to talk about more.
Yeah, see, and I have a Kawasaki Vulcan S special with the ABS. So in those you can get the foot pegs, the seat, and the handlebars kind of set up for you based on your height and what feels most comfortable for you. And that's done at no extra charge. So that's an amazing thing that Kawasaki does that no one else does.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be talking about those tips and tricks. And if you notice, whenever I do take that Kawasaki 650, that's why I'm all small. It's because
it's set up for me, and I'm 5'2", so
exactly.
He has to deal with it.
I'm 6 foot tall, and it's hard to smash oneself on something so small at that point. So. But that's what we're going to be doing. Also, we're close here to 5,000 subscribers, and we cannot thank you guys enough for getting out there, subscribing, and supporting us. We're going to be out there doing more events and stuff like that. Oklahoma City has coffee and cars. Hopefully we'll be out there with the motorcycles. I know that's kind of weird, coffee cars, but there's a lot of people that still bring their motorcycles out there, and we'll be out there talking to you guys at the North Park Mall location, usually the first Saturday of the month. I won't necessarily be there all the time because one thing about this channel is we're not sponsored at this time. We're not paid by anybody or endorsing anybody with payment. We love giving a shout out to Indian of Oklahoma City because they're awesome people. They're a family running a business, and you know what? They support us like we're family too. And that's why we're like on top and doing stuff with them all the time, is because they're awesome. And that's why we give them a shout out. Scott and his group out there are fantastic people. And then for 2019, the most exciting news about this is Don Momau's group at Motive Cycle Works Moto Guzzi's. We finally get a Moto Guzzi dealership in Oklahoma City.
Finally.
So we've already done one ride. I know it was a voiceover. Part of it was he can explain. He sounded
to death.
He sounded like a jackhammer in my hear or my headset, and all I could hear is this. And I was trying not to laugh, and in a way I was mocking him because I was like, "Oh, this fairing is wonderful. It's keeping the wind off. I mean, it's 27 degrees. He's dying on a V7 rough because he's just out there in the wind." And I'm like, "Oh, and these lovely heated gloves." I mean, I was kind of being mean if you actually heard the real audio, so that's why it's gone. But I also was kind of laughing too, so I didn't have all my thoughts there because his reactions, oh, whoo, wow, woo, that it makes you laugh. It kind of like, it's like having Michael Jackson in your hearing. You just don't know what's going on back there. But hey, you know, it was interesting. But Don, we thank you out there. We appreciate you for what you've done, and we also got a special project for you that will be revealed here as well. Because the one thing about his group, Motorcycle Works, started as a company that did service for all motorcycles, but he also did restoration projects, and the man is actually one of the few that knows how to work Ducati's magical valve system. For anybody to be able to know that, they're good at what they do, and he is great at what he does. I'll throw a couple of pictures of the bikes he's done that he has as his projects in on this as well as we talk about him. But thank you, Don. I know you're out there. I know you're watching. We're going to be out there more, getting your bikes out there and getting your name out there, because like we said, we love and respect the family-owned businesses and the groups that are out there that are small, not necessarily the corporate dealerships, because they're tough to work with. They have a script. They're like car dealers. They're terrible usually. Some of them don't even know what they're talking about. They just think that they know. And these people do know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing. And everybody, here's our mascot Nero. She's back. You know, we've seen her in the Harley video and the end of the Moto Guzzi video. She likes to be in camera. But we also appreciate Oklahoma Honda Suzuki as well. They're fine folks out there. Yes. We're trying to get to work with them too, because we want to bring you more Honda videos, more Suzuki videos, because they are generally harder to do, because usually they're not set up for test rides like some of them. But we appreciate working with them, and actually we've bought bikes from them before, and yes. Ray's always been an awesome guy. I know he's going partial retirement, but we'll give them a shout out too. That group is a fantastic group. And also Mr. Monson over at House of Kawasaki will be working with them again this year whenever they get their demo bike program, because the W800 is another bike that we all got to sit on at Dallas. It actually was kind of a special surprise. It actually had a sign, "Please ask before sitting on it," because it was that kind of special. So they didn't even mention they were bringing it, and we got to sit on it, and I liked it. It was a very interesting feel. Of course, it had the old school style Clubman bars. The way it set down was more like Cafe Racer, so it was a little bit more aggressive. That parallel twin that's upright, like the old Japanese / British bikes of that time when they were fighting each other and trying for supremacy. We definitely enjoyed seeing that. And of course, you sat on it too. And did you? Everybody sat on it. So
yeah, no, it was awesome. I don't think there's much I could add on, like tackling to that. So
yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those bikes that for a shorter person is a bit tall, but it was still a really nice bike.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, I can't wait to ride it and see how it really goes down the road and how the suspension travels, and just see overall the power of it. It felt fantastic. It felt like you could ride that thing for miles and miles and not even bat an eye. So let's get this thing on the road.
And I'm hoping it has that. I'm hoping it has that good soul too. Those old bikes, you know, they would always have that shake, rattle, and roll. Especially if you guys remember XS650 Yamahas and stuff like that, where they had those big parallels at that time, and they shook and they rattled, they rolled. They were cruisers that had soul, and I wonder if they're going to bring some of that back. Maybe a 270 firing, or however they may do it, bring a little bit of that rattle back into it, but give us something to ride. I mean, they've been knocking it out of the park. With the Z900 RS and the Z900 Cafe and all that. They've been making those awesome looking cafe bikes. Of course, Honda, it's the same thing. I'm very excited about riding the Neo Cafe line that's been coming out. They had the CBR 1000, the CB 1000R. They also had the CB 300R and the CB 650R coming, and it'd be great to get on those and compare the Neo Cafe line. Of course, I have outside Scarlet, which is the ultimate in that Neo classic look, because it is the old air-cool 1140 going back to the 69, you know, with the original CBs that came out at that time. So we've got a lot of good things coming for you guys, a lot of bikes to look forward to, a lot of new content to do as well. Like I said, we're going to have the girls talking about riding, we're going to have us out there riding, and we have that special project as well. So anybody got any last things to say?
No, we're good to go.
No.
Let's ride.
Alrighty, so let's do it. At any rate, keep that shiny side up. We'll catch you on that next video.